All right. Happy Wednesday. All right. So, for those of you that don't know me, I am Julia Hale, Julia Hale Fitness. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach based out of Vermont. Most of my training is online, though. Um, and yeah, I wanted to hop on here. I want to start hopping on here pretty regularly to just give you guys some pointers, some tidbits, some sort of coaching strategies that I use regularly with my clients. I know not everybody is going to work with a coach, but I think that there's some information out there that's worth sharing. So here we go. Let's just jump right into this. I know you're busy. I know I am busy, and it's pretty hot out here. So let's get going. This is something that I wanted to talk about because I do this with every single one of my clients. We walk through this. It's like right from the get-go. And I think it's important to bring it up here because it's effective, it's actionable, but it's not rocket science. And that's the key thing here, right? I think that when most of us jump into a fitness plan or a nutrition program, we think that for it to work, it's got to rock our socks. It has to flip our world upside down. It has to be hard. We have to hate it, right? It has to be restrictive. You have to be working out 9 times a week. And I think that for a lot of us, because we think that there's so much wrong with what we do, that it needs to be this big change, right? But that's just not the case. And I think that, whether you're a one-on-one client with me or not, you deserve to know that. So what am I talking about? What I'm talking about, and it's not a secret pill. This is not secret science. It's something that I've learned and found through my personal experience, my coaching experience, and educational experiences. And I think that, I think it's the perfect strategy in the sense that it can work for anyone, pretty much anytime, any place. And so what is it? It's habit building, right? So building healthier habits into the daily routine so that healthy becomes normalized. And I think that's super huge, right? So if you can create meaningful, healthy habits, you can take those stressful diet decisions at the end of the day. You can take those moments where you're sitting outside of the gym and you're like, do I want to go in? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You can take those days where you're feeling on again, off again, body confidence, and you can say goodbye to them forever because it's built into your daily routine to do these simple things and take these simple steps that sort of answer all of those questions for you. It sounds simple. The best advice usually is. And so I'm just going to take a few minutes. I want to break it down for you here and sort of give you a bit of an example of what I personally do to make this happen in my own life, in my own fitness goals. So let's jump right in. Let's just start talking about habits right from the get-go, right? The science behind them. So think about all of the decisions that you have to make on a daily basis. There are thousands upon thousands of decisions that your brain has to sort through and decide upon every single day, right? It's nonstop, literally nonstop. So if you can take all of those decisions and you can break them up into 2 categories. One category is for the decisions that you have to be sort of consciously and actively a part of, right? And then there's that other category that is for things like moving your hand away when someone's chopping, using a knife to chop, or turning the faucet off when the cup is overflowing, holding your breath when you go underwater. Those are things that are habitual, right? So we have done them so many times over and over and over again that we don't have to think about them. We just do it. They're sort of those gut reactions, but they feel natural. It would be weird to leave your hand on a cutting board and someone is chopping away, right? Weird. So these are things, again, that a lot of the time since childhood, over time, these are things that we have adopted and adapted into our lives, and we sort of take them for granted, right? I mean, you don't congratulate yourself because you buckled your seatbelt. In fact, you're much more likely to give someone a dirty look when they get in your car and they don't buckle their seatbelt, right? So that's something now that's a part of your life. That is a habit, right? You've done it over and over and over again. But not only that, it makes so much sense. I'm going to buckle my seatbelt. I want to stay safe. So how does that translate into fitness and nutrition? So I guess the whole point is, and I'll start here, you know, wouldn't it be easier if not all of the healthy decisions that you had to make on a daily basis, wouldn't it be easier if they weren't all conscious? If some of them just happened, right? The answer is yes, by the way, it would be easier. And so the good news is they absolutely can be. It takes time, it takes practice, and it doesn't happen overnight, but it absolutely can happen. And there are some habits that make sense for everybody. And so, drinking 2 liters of water a day makes sense. Moving more, taking a multivitamin or a multi-mineral, eating vegetables, avoiding processed foods, those things, right? Those sort of like universal healthy actions and habits. Those are things that you can start to do so often that it becomes natural. As natural as it is for you to get up and hit go on the coffee maker, it'll become just as natural for you to get up, fill a 16-ounce cup with water and chug that down before you drink the coffee, right? So, these are things, again, they're going to take time, they're going to take practice, but a month from now, 2 months from now, if you can look back and be like, oh, damn, like I used to not eat breakfast and now I do that every single day and I can't imagine not doing it, that's a habit, right? Okay, so how do you do that? What do I have? I have stuff. Okay, so how do you do that, right? Again, the answer is not complicated. It's sort of about taking action when you can, and you have a lot of power over that. So I can tell you what works for me, and it's a process that I sort of adapt for all of my clients here. So for me, it's a daily reminder, right? So I use my Passion Planner. There's a side here. Don't judge me, I love color. There's a side here. It says good things that happen. I take that space and every single week I think about the actions that I can take on a daily basis that will get me one step closer to my goal. These are not actions that I'm going to take and expect to lose 5 pounds tomorrow or be able to do 10 pull-ups tomorrow, but they're small things that I know added up over time can move me just that much closer, right? So what do I have here? I have stretching for 15 minutes. I have 2 liters of water, right? And so for me, some of these are health goals, some of these are business goals, relationship goals. You can do whatever you want, really, but we're talking about healthy habits here. So anyway, I make a chart, right? And so Sunday through Saturday, I have 5 or 6 goals that I want to hit. And I mark them off as I do them each and every single day. So it's just a checkbox that I track. I do give myself some room for error because, nobody is perfect. So, and I think the reality is you don't need to be at 100% to see major change. There's all sorts of data out there that says even one small step is going to get you that much closer, right? I mean, that's just sort of general life rules right there. But so I tell myself that if I hit 80% of my daily goals for the week, I get some sort of reward. And that's something usually, small, but like new socks or like a new sports bra or something, but you get it, right? So it's something small that you might, you don't need it, but it's a reward of some sort. So anyways, and how does that work, right? So like I've done this every single day since January 1st. And so when I scroll back and I see that, okay, I've hit that 2-liter water goal every single day for a month or 2 months, I can go ahead and call that a habit. Like I'm pretty sure that I've got that one in the bag, right? So then that one comes off and it leaves space for that next habit. And that's how you slowly build, you slowly sort of move up that health continuum without overwhelming yourself all in one sort of foul swoop there. So, I do a very similar process with my clients, where I'm handing them these tracking goals and, you know, walking them through it. And if 2 liters of water is too much, we start with 1, right? You choose things that you feel confident that you can do, because you also want to have that positive momentum. So anyway, that's pretty much how I do it. I'll wrap it up. Drop a line in the comments if you are struggling with a specific habit, or if you need some ideas even, and I will get back to you.